Good evening, everyone. We are at Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. On other side of the river is the atomic bomb dome, a World Heritage Site. 67 years ago, August 6, 1945, this city was totally destroyed by an atomic bomb, and countless precious lives was taken. That a bomb was dropped at 8:15 a.m. Hiroshima time. A short while, it will be 8:15 a.m. American Central Time. At exact moment, Mr. Kazumi Matsui, Mayor of Hiroshima, will present this year's Peace Declaration. Mayor Matsui, please.
Peace Declaration, 8:15 a.m., August 6, 1945. Our hometown was reduced to ashes by a single atomic bomb. The houses we came home to, our everyday lives, the customs we cherished, all were gone. Hiroshima was no more. The city had vanished. No roads, just a burnt plain of lava as far as I could see. And suddenly, I could see too far. I followed electric lines that had fallen along what I took to be tram rails. The tram street was hot. This was all around. That was our city. I was seen by a young woman of 20. That was Hiroshima for all the survivors. The exciting festival, the playing in boats, the fishing and the climbing, the children catching long-armed shrimps. A way of life had disappeared from our beloved rivers. Worse yet, the bomb snuffed out the sacred lives of so many human beings. I rode in the truck with a civil defense team to pick up corpses. I was just a boy, so they told me to grab the ankles. I did, but the skin slipped right off. I couldn't hold on. I steeled myself, squeezed hard with my fingertips, and the flesh started oozing, a terrible stench. I gripped right down to the bone. With a 1, 2, 3, I tossed them into the truck. I've seen in the experience of this 13-year-old boy, our city had become a living hell. Countless corpses lay everywhere, piled on top of each other, amid the moans of unearthly voices. Infants sucked at the breast of dead mothers, while dazed, empty-eyed mothers clutched their dead babies. A girl of 16 lost her whole family, one after the other. My 7-year-old brother was burned from head to toe. He died soon after the bombing. A month later, my parents died. Then my 13-year-old brother and my 11-year-old sister. The only ones left were myself and my little brother, who was 3, and he died later of cancer. From newborns to grandmothers, by the end of the year, 140,000 precious lives were taken from Hiroshima. Hiroshima was plunged into the deepest darkness. Our Hibakusha experienced the bombing in flesh and blood. Then they had to live with the after effects and social prejudice. Even so, they soon began telling the world about their experience. Transcending rage and hatred, they revealed the utter inhumanity of nuclear weapons and worked tirelessly to abolish those weapons. We want the whole world to know of their hardship, their grief, their pain, and their selfless desire. The average hibakusha is now over 78 this summer. In response to the many ordinary citizens seeking to inherit and pass on their experience and desire, Hiroshima has begun carefully training official hibakusha successors. Determined never to let the atomic bombing fade from memory, we intend to share with ever more people at home and abroad the hibakusha desire for a nuclear weapon-free world. People of the world, especially leaders of nuclear-armed nations, please come to Hiroshima to contemplate peace in this A-bombed city. This year, Mayors for Peace marked its 30th anniversary. The number of cities calling for the total abolition of nuclear weapons by 2020 had passed 5,300, and our members now present approximately 1 billion people. Next August, we will hold the Mayors for Peace General Conference in Hiroshima. The event will convey to the world the intense desire of the overwhelming majority of our citizens for nuclear weapons convention and elimination of nuclear weapons. The following spring, Hiroshima will host a ministerial meeting of the Non-Proliferation and Disarmament Initiative, comprising 10 non-nuclear weapon states, including Japan. I firmly believe that the demand for freedom from nuclear weapons will soon spread out from Hiroshima, encircle the globe, and lead us to genuine world peace. March 11, 2011 is a day we'll never forget. A natural disaster, compounded by a nuclear power accident, created an unprecedented catastrophe. Here in Hiroshima, we are keenly aware that the survivors of that catastrophe still suffer terribly, yet look toward the future with hope. We see their ordeal clearly superimposed on what we endured 67 years ago. I speak now to all in the stricken areas. Please hold fast to your hope for tomorrow. Your day will arrive, absolutely. Our hearts are with you. Having learned a lesson from that horrific accident, Japan is now engaged in the national debate over its energy policy, with some voice insisting nuclear energy and humankind cannot coexist. I call on Japanese government to establish without delay an energy policy that guards the safety and security of the people. I ask the government of the only country to experience an atomic bombing to accept as its own the resolve of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Mindful of unstable situation surrounding us in Northeast Asia, please display bolder leadership in the movement to eliminate nuclear weapons. Please also provide more caring measures for the hibakusha in and out of Japan, who still suffer even today, and take the political decision to expand the black rain areas. Once again, I offer our heartfelt prayers for the peaceful repose of the atomic bomb victims. From our base here in Hiroshima, we pledge to convey to the world the experience and desire of our hibakusha, and do everything in our power to achieve the genuine peace of our world without nuclear weapons. August 6, 2012, Matsui Kazumi, Mayor of Hiroshima. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. To achieve abolition of the nuclear weapons is the wish of the citizens of Hiroshima and many around the world. Let us all work together to make the abolition of these weapons a reality by the year 2020. Thank you. 皆様、これをもちまして英語による平和宣言を終わります。広島市のホームページにも掲載をされますので、ぜひ幅広い方にこのことをお伝えいただいて、この広島からのメッセージが世界中に広がりますように皆様ご期待くださいませ。そして今日夜遅くまでご協力いただきましたこと、本当に心から感謝申し上げます。ありがとうございました。